Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh yeah, looks like Jim Jones isn't backing down quietly on this whole situation with Kid Cudi and his hit Day and Night. For years, Jim Jones has been claiming he's the reason Kid Cudi even got his music career off the ground. He feels like after he dropped that remix of Day and Night, that's when Cudi's career officially exploded.
Right there,
that was one of the-
remix that shit. I didn't know that shit.
That's how y'all know Kid Cudi. You would have never known Kid Cudi if I didn't remix the record in New York City. I made that the biggest record in New York City. It wasn't Kid Cudi. Nobody knew who Kid Cudi was. Kid Cudi became about because he had video directors that I wanted them to do a video, and I asked them to show me a video they did before. And they showed me this kid on top of a roof with a record called Day and Night. Right. He worked in the store under the label. There's nobody. I was like, oh, yo, did this? I said, I like the record. Get the beat of the record, I want to do a remix. If you give me the beat of the record, I'll let y'all shoot my video. These kids were trying to shoot a video for free for me. Oh. Like, I got the beat. I told them they went crazy, you want to do it. I got the beat. I shot the video to the beat, and I never even put the shit out. They put it up on YouTube, they ripped it off of YouTube, and it became the biggest record in New York City. And that's how Kid Cudi became an artist. They ended up giving him a big deal off of Jim Jones' back. If I'm lying, I'm lying.
Now, for years, Cudi hasn't said a single negative word about Jim Jones. In fact, every time he's talked about Jim's remix or the song, he's been nothing but positive.
After he did the remix, because that was early me and Syph days, and that really set your off on hot on kind of another level.
When you see somebody be inspired, you know what I'm saying? Especially somebody that you grew up listening to. Yeah. Used to up listening to, you know, going to the parties, picking up chicks, you know, driving around the blocks in Columbus at the block parties, playing Dipset, you know. So this was the I looked up to, and like, that's dope. You know, just to see that he was so inspired. I mean, I was looking at it recently. I was like, oh, he got the flannel in there. He was trying to look like a little hipster in the video. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, he's definitely getting the vibes. You know? Yeah. I was like, I ain't never seen Jim Jones in no flannel, hipster Jim.
But yesterday, that was the final straw. Seeing Jim Jones's interview pushed Kid Cudi to step up, get in front of the camera, and address it directly.
Starting my day, and you know, I see something online that I have to address, right? So Jim Jones, first off, we love Jim Jones, right? Like, I grew up on Jimmy, like, he's the homie. I met him when I was coming up. He was cool, right? Jimmy, I'm gonna address you directly, my nigga. You talking about how you are responsible for my success is a lie. You need to stop lying to people. You get on your little podcast and you start gossiping and talking shit, and everybody on your podcast don't know the truth. So they're all agreeing with you. But if you look under the comments under that post, you'll see people are letting you know what time it is. You know, this is part one. I got more to say. Day and Night was already a hit record before you touched it, my nigga. I put it on my MySpace, it blew up, okay? I had an entire mixtape, I was on my way. Motown was courting me, Kanye wanted to sign me, all because of Day and Night, because I put it on my MySpace and it blew up, my nigga. It blew up. I can promise you that Sylvia Rome did not listen to your remix and say she wanted to sign me. That is not why I have a record deal, bro. Nothing you're talking about is the truth. How do you think I had a music video? I was shooting a music video I was already on. You saw a hit record and jumped on it, my nigga. Like, you didn't make me, man. You didn't make me. So, like, you gotta stop telling these tales, my nigga. Like, you gotta stop. I want to shout out everybody that's been in the comments letting this nigga know what the truth is, you know. But it's crazy how people just be trying to, like, take credit for my success. You know what I mean? Like, it's wild, you know. Like, and I like Jimmy, man. It kind of breaks my heart to hear him on here trying to take credit for something that he's not a part of. You know what I mean? You jumped on my shit. I didn't ask you to do that, you know? And granted, they played it on Hot 97 every day, and it was a thing on Hot 97 on the radio, but I was an international artist from jump. Like I had the world, my nigga. Like I don't understand. I really don't understand. But I'm gonna address this now, you know what I'm saying? Like, no more tales, my nigga. You ain't had nothing to do with this. So yeah, man, just wanted to address that, you know. I just know that like niggas is trying to erase history. You know what I mean? Niggas is trying to rewrite history, you know? And I'm alive and well and I'm around to address it. This Jimmy talking about how he's responsible for my success. This comes up every couple years. He's always talking about it, and I've been ignoring it. And now finally, I'm gonna say something. You know, because you're not about to be out here trying to like take credit for something that you had nothing to do with. You know, so yeah, just wanted to address that, y'all. Peace and love.
Well, last night, Jim Jones said, "All right, cool. Since we're speaking on it, let's actually get to it." He responded to Kid Cudi with, "Yo, if you're not from New York, you wouldn't understand." Now, pause right there, you guys. That first line clears up a lot of the confusion around this record. As I told you yesterday, this was very much a regional thing. Yes, Jim Jones made Day and Night blow up in New York City and the tri-state area, but that doesn't mean the remix was hitting everywhere. Texas, Cali, Virginia, Idaho, Mississippi? Not so much. Let's continue. I love Cudi, don't get me wrong, but when he dropped this, nobody had heard of him. It wasn't on the radio, BET, MTV, or even mixtapes. He wasn't hot in the New York streets as the new rapper, and I can say that because I remember even doing a freestyle to his record at the time, still a New York classic today. He didn't even have a deal yet when I did that freestyle. I remember his video was shot by my intern, who also happened to be the video director, and the only reason I let him shoot it was that I asked to see his work. He showed me the video he did for Cudi, and I told him if he got me the beat, I'd let him shoot the freestyle video while I did the beat. This wasn't a feature. His record had never been played on Hot 97 at all before that. Back then, there was no IG, nothing like that. And in 2008, I was pretty hot outside. So hot that I only did the video and never released the audio. They ripped the audio from the video on YouTube and played it on Hot 97 as a new Jim Jones record, which ended up on all the countdowns. Naturally, Cudi started blowing up in the industry, and DJ Trax, I believe, signed him. Then they released the original version with just him on it, and he was on fire. I remember this vividly. We could even call his ex-manager, who was also my intern and the video director, but we're not about to slander the truth. Keep me on your Explorer because it's way too easy. Then he goes on saying, "You should slap yourself for reading this long-ass essay. Y'all fall for anything." Jim also hopped on his Instagram story to post, "The truth hurts way more than the lies. That's why every time I talk, people get in their feelings." Basically, this is the same line Jim Jones has been running with in all his past interviews. That remix of Cudi's song helped shine a new light on the track and his career. Of course, some people pushed back saying, "Yo, Jim, in 08 you weren't that hot, and if we're keeping it real, you kinda used a record that was already getting traction to make yourself hot." Honestly, this is one of those moments where you just have to agree to disagree. Sure, if Jim Jones hadn't remixed that track, it might not have hit Hot 97 at the time, but that doesn't mean Kid Cudi's career wouldn't have taken off anyway. Introducing someone to a new fan base doesn't automatically make you responsible for their career. If a song is already moving and heating up in the streets, and you remix it to give it a little extra push, that's not exactly something I'd claim full credit for. Right now, the original Day and Night sits at 261 million views, while Jim Jones's remix barely hits just under 1 million. So yeah, it's kinda tough to take major credit when the numbers speak for themselves. But I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Jim Jones had a fair point? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys later.